Hi everyone. So today we work using iSolve statements from the radical consciousness on our need to compare and our need for competition. It often happens that we look at a certain aspect of someone's life and we're like, oh, I want this, I wish I had that. Or sometimes we look at someone's social media post and we're like, oh no, I can't do this as well as the other person, right? And for a lot of us, it becomes almost like a way of living. A lot of us also use this comparison as a sort of an inspiration. While that is great, and while that may be working for you, and if it is, then that's absolutely fine. But for a lot of us, it often saps us, it exhausts us. And it keeps us in a constant loop of that we are not enough, we can chase this, we can chase this, we can chase this. And most importantly, it also prevents us from finding our inner potential. What is our calling? What was meant for us? What is our USP? So today, let's work with our need for comparison and competition. So gently closing our eyes, find yourself in a comfortable position, in a place where you will not be disturbed. Take a few deep breaths in and out, and just give yourself the permission to relax. For the next few breaths, breathe in through the nose and breathe out through the mouth, keeping your jaw relaxed. And then return to normal breathing. And in this space, if there's any aspect of your life which you compare or you get into a space of competition very often, let that come up now. And let's start this recitation. You may repeat after me or with me in your mind or out loud. I solve my need for comparison. I dissolve my need for comparison. I resolve my need for comparison. I co-solve my need for comparison. I supersolve my need for comparison. I solve my need to compare with others. I dissolve my need to compare with others. I resolve my need to compare with others. I co-solve my need to compare with others. I supersolve my need to compare with others. I solve my need to grow through comparison and competition. I dissolve my need to grow through comparison and competition. I resolve my need to grow through comparison and competition. I co-solve my need to grow through comparison and competition. I supersolve my need to grow through comparison and competition. I solve my inability to find my uniqueness. I dissolve my inability to tap into my uniqueness. I resolve my inability to tap into my uniqueness. I co-solve my inability to tap into my uniqueness. I supersolve my inability to tap into my uniqueness. I awaken my uniqueness. I awaken the unique me. I awaken my uniqueness. I awaken the unique me. I solve my need for borrowed inspiration. I dissolve my need for borrowed inspiration. I resolve my need for borrowed inspiration. I co-solve my need for borrowed inspiration. I super-solve my need for borrowed inspiration. I awaken inner inspiration. I awaken the inspired me. I awaken inner inspiration. I awaken the inspired me. I solve the lack of clarity to my inner truth. I dissolve the lack of clarity to my inner truth. I resolve the lack of clarity to my inner truth. I co-solve my lack of clarity to my inner truth. I super-solve my lack of clarity to my inner truth. I awaken my inner truth. I awaken me with my inner truth. I awaken clarity of who I am. I awaken the clear me. I awaken acceptance of who I am. I awaken the all-accepting me. I awaken being centered in who I am. I awaken the centered me. I awaken faith in who I am. I awaken me with full faith. I awaken my connection to my inner guidance. I awaken the guided me. And in this space, allow that connection to your inner guidance, to your channel. Listen to it. Say yes to it. And understand your unique role play in life, which has no place for comparison and competition. With that, slowly, you may either open your eyes or continue keeping your eyes closed and be in this space a little longer. Thank you.